Yes, sir, Mr. President. 8B4 is report regarding parking lot for Staff Development Center at Lincoln, and Ruben Trevino is here to give us more information. This item is for information purposes only. Hello, Mr. Ruben, how you doing, sir?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Trevino.
Where's the, I'm here to present on the proposed parking lot that we are currently looking into for our new staff development building over on the north section of Lincoln, on the north side. We presented this once a while back, and we wanted to bring it back just to, in case there's any questions. We're currently working with our engineer, on-call civil engineer, just on a proposal, nothing set in stone yet. May end up being 200 spaces, may end up being 220 spaces, but this is where we're currently at right now, in case there's any questions.
Any questions or comments from the board, trustees? Barza.
Ruben, on that diagram, that, on the very top part, I guess it would be on the north side, that proposed detention area,
Yes.
that's not the one that the city's putting in, right?
No,
That's
sir. This particular area is on the north part of the campus, which is off of Quince. What the city's proposing is right off of 495.
And that one is to alleviate some of the flooding on that side of the,
Though, that is based on the requirements that the city of McAllen has
if you
for,
take away green space,
yes,
you have to.
yes, sir.
okay. And so the parking lot you're talking about is the one that's identified there that says 218 spaces?
Yes, sir.
There's already a lot there, right? Or there's nothing?
That is an open green space.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes.
Brown space. Brown space. There's no
Green
grass.
right now?
Have
It's
they,
a field, it's an open field.
Yes.
have they started on the other side?
No, they
Nothing
have
yet?
not started yet. No, sir.
And then,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. Mr.
I'm done, go ahead.
The music building, that's where we have already, I seen the pictures of it, but that's where we're gonna have our staff development, or is that?
That will be the new staff development
Right,
building,
okay.
which is the exact same building that we currently have at Lamar.
Okay, perfect. And so, if we're able to do this, are you shooting for the summer?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Finished?
Is it, well, I don't wanna know, the music building, can it be held, can we have meetings there too?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Trustee Saldivar.
Thank you, Mr. President. When you say it's the same footprint, it's exact same footprint as the current staff development, which is at Lamar Academy. The exact same rooms, the Texas Art Texas is the same square foot, and then the other two smaller rooms.
Correct.
And you've already completed the renovations on the building itself
Yes,
to
sir.
replicate what it was over at Lamar Academy.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So how soon is it going to be, are we going to vacate Lamar and give that total campus to the students and staff there to use, including what is now the staff development?
We're looking at vacating Lamar around May the 25th, somewhere on there, right after testing.
Okay. And that is the first campus you're going to put the science labs in? You're going to put two
Correct.
science labs there? And when will that get started at Lamar?
That's going to get started right after we vacate Lamar, which will be right after the month of May.
And so by that time, will the Lincoln Academy parking space that you're talking about here, will it have started at that time?
No, sir.
No? When is it anticipated plan
At
to
that
start?
time, right now, we are currently working with Business Office on putting the funding together for the project. And we anticipate that if there's any trainings going on in the summertime, we will be using some of the current parking space that we have at Lincoln now.
Okay.
Now,
Good.
once school is in session, then that'll be, a different story.
I got you. Okay. But the target, I guess, just to get clear, you're anticipating having the parking lot before the 2019-20 school year of late August.
That is a goal, yes, sir.
But it may not be ready for staff training at the beginning of August.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
And just a comparison, how many parking spots do we have here at administration?
Here at
Roughly.
administration, I would, a good guess,
It's less than
She
that.
said 10. It's about 100, right, somewhere around there?
give or take, all the way
Yeah,
to the back,
well, in the
plus the
back, yeah.
north, yes.
So this will double that.
Yes. The
Mr.
capacity of
President,
the
if I
buil-
may? Well, one point I did want to make is that at this point, we don't have a funding source for that, so we would need to come back with the financials and work closely with Cindy and then come back to the board with something solid with regard to how much it would cost and what our recommendation would be with regard to how we would fund that project.
But thank you, Mr. President, real quick.
Go ahead.
All right, just to be clear again, this is a report, and so now we have an understanding, but we know going forward, if we're gonna use that space as we intend, both for a staff development, but the possibility that the board might use it as well, we're gonna need space more than we have here,
Yes,
and more than we have at Lamar now, to accommodate the public going forward, and our staff.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Trustee Farina, you had a question or
sorry.
comment?
I do have a question. Is there a way, I know that we haven't laid out any funding sources, but if we have to build a retention pond with a parking lot, can we somehow get an MOU with McAllen, the city of McAllen, and work on both retention ponds at the same time and maybe do some of their work? Or have them do our work?
We can certainly ask a question.
I mean, I think it makes it more affordable if you're gonna have the equipment out there, the motor graders and everything that you're gonna use as the excavators to lay down the parking lot. If there's an opportunity that maybe we can get together with City Manager Roy Rodriguez and say, hey, how about if we partner up and we knock this out together in the effort of saving cost, maybe even split cost?
We can certainly look into all options.
Especially that retention pond.
They have to bid out project by project, and that's already been bid out, so you can't go and change the scope afterwards. So it's a great idea, but it can't happen.
Okay.
But if I may real quick, it could, as far as the retention pond as a separate project, to partner with the city on the retention pond idea, even though it's not part of the original retention pond. You see what I'm saying?
Well, we could go out on a different project, but not
Right.
piggyback off the other one,
Right.
right?
Right. And that's, I think, that's another thought, since we may not be able to do that, is since it would help the community as well to have that retention pond on the north side.
Who was it that got that?
Oh, you're talking
on-
about not doing this one and doing that one?
No,
Oh.
that's already happened, it's done. But to piggyback on what Trustee Farina is talking about, whether it can be done or not, and you're saying it can't, but it could be a separate project with the city on the retention pond on the north side, because it serves a purpose in that neighborhood to the north as well.
Right, and they
For
might
the
have
water.
CDBG grant money for that.
And they have
Exactly.
contingency built into the other one. I remember we asked that, to have a little bit of contingency, so it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
What can I say, no?
It's the worst.
Thank you, Mr. Trevino.
Thank you.
Any questions? Thank you all. Thank you for the report.